In this video we're going to be replacing this BG-12, which I converted to a BG-12L a long time ago, with a BG-12LX, which if you don't know is the addressable version that's compatible with this panel. And how I have this configured right now is I have a monitor module which is monitoring the switch right here. And this monitor module is connected to the SLC circuit, which is connected to all the devices throughout the building. As you can see, my BG-12 that I converted, I put a random lock in it, so it doesn't take a Firelite key. As you can see, it's just a BG-12, not a BG-12L or LX. The main reason I'm replacing this is because I want to get rid of these two monitor modules. And I could have just bought a mini monitor module and put it in the back box, but this is the pull station that works with this system, so I'm just going to replace it. Now the very first thing I'm going to do is disconnect the SLC circuit. And this will ensure that we don't short out the SLC. So to do that, we can just go ahead and pull up on it and pull it out cleanly like so. And within around 30 seconds, the panel is going to show up with a whole bunch of troubles, just because all the devices are missing. So we're going to acknowledge that. They're going to kind of keep coming in as it scans the addressable loop and realizes that none of them are responding. I'm just keeping it so you can't see because there are some sensitive information in the device labels. Alright, so everything has come up, all the devices are missing. So now we know everything we're going to be working on will not affect the panel. So next we're going to want to go ahead and pull down our old BG-12. You can actually pull this up and back and the door will come off, which makes it a little bit easier to take it apart. Now that the screws are removed, now we can go ahead and just lift up on the pull station and pull it straight out. As you can see, I left quite a bit of a service loop back there and a whole bunch for that CO detector. I think I just had extra on a waste wire. So as you can see there, it's connected. You can go ahead and just unscrew these two. You don't have to worry about these shorting out or anything since it's all disconnected. Alright, so now we have to work in the panel. Alright, so now I have two of these monitor modules. One of them is for carbon monoxide, one of them is obviously for the pull station. I have to kind of figure out which one's which. This wire is the SLC coming up from the SLC terminals, and then this obviously jumpers it to these two modules. If we go back to the other side, looks like that one is for the CO. And then this wire right here is for that. So that's going to be this back module, it looks like, for the pull station, and we can confirm that by looking at the address. This is set to address number 2. And on the panel, you might not be able to see this, but on the panel it says FACP pull invalid reply M1002. So this is the module right here. And we can basically just go ahead and disconnect every single wire going to this module right now. And then there's our jumper wire removed. And I will be replacing this module also with the mini monitor module for the carbon monoxide sensor, so hopefully soon there will be nothing in the panel. And there we go. Monitor module is removed. So now we can keep these two wires that used to be going to the pull station here and the monitor module, but now we need to connect these up to the SLC now instead of to the monitor module. So we can keep all this wiring right here because this is just monitoring the carbon monoxide sensor. And then we can get rid of this jumper right here. And the screw terminals on these monitor modules are a little weird. You have to make sure you're paying attention when you tighten them down so you don't break the plastic. Alright, so now we can go ahead, and on the front here it says the polarity, so the negative goes on top. So we can go ahead and put it in our SLC wire and the wire going to the old pull station. Alright, now those two wires are connected. Now we can go ahead, take the positive wires, feed them into the screws. You want to make sure that you have enough copper under the screw, but also that none of the insulation is under the screw terminal because that can lead to resistance and communication faults, stuff like that. Alright, so now I might come back a little while. I might come back in a little while and just clean all this wiring up, just because I like it to look very nice and neat. But yeah, so we can actually probably flip that around actually now. That's going to be the only one in there. Alright, so now that is there, so now we can go ahead and go back to the pull station. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is kind of wrap my wire up in the back so it's ready to accept the new pull station. I'm going to take this pull station, and on the back you're going to see 4 terminals. Only 3 of them actually have screws in them. You're going to want to pay attention to these first 2, and you will see there's a little symbol up there that says plus minus. The minus is the one with the white wire in it, and the positive is the one that doesn't have any wires going to it. This actually goes directly to the module in the back. And I'm not exactly sure what this green wire is for. I think this might be for if you just want to use this as a conventional device without the module, but I'm not really sure on that. So, yep, you're just going to go ahead and put the black wire in the first terminal and the red wire in the second. Now that that's done, we can go ahead and open up the pull station. Now that's all wired up. Now we can go ahead and open up the pull station. Alright, so now we can go ahead and tuck back the wires in the box, and we can put it over the bottom screw and take that top screw removed from earlier and put it in and tighten it down. Alright, so now we can go ahead and tighten up the bottom screw and then visually level it and then tighten up the top screw. Alright, now the very last step we have to do is set the address. Now I just set this to the same address that the module was, which is number 2, because a monitor module and a pull station show up as the same thing to the panel, so I do not have to do any programming. So now once that's done, we can go ahead and make sure the switch is in the normal position. Put the cover on. Looks like I might have to tighten down one of those screws, and there we go. As you can see, the panel, or you can't really see what the panel is initializing. Our carbon monoxide sensor is blinking, and the pull station is blinking. Now I'm not going to pull it in this video just because I can't have the alarms going off right now, but thanks for watching. That was how to replace a BG-12 with BG-12LX, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.